It's a mom tag right after this. Welcome to Midlife Mama. I'm Tiffany, and on this channel, I hope you'll find hope, inspiration, encouragement, and some practical tips on mommyhood and self-care. After 40, if you're new here, consider subscribing, joining the YouTube family, coming along for the ride. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here, for rocking with me, and welcome back. In today's video, it's just a 2019 mom tag, you guys. A little bit of fun before I get into some heavier content a little bit later. There is a toddler must-haves video that will follow this one, and then I will be putting out a pretty emotional video, so I want to lighten things up and have a little bit of fun this week. But listen, this is my third time recording this video, so hopefully we can get this video out to you guys pretty quickly, and I can get through this video without any mishaps or anything like that. The first time I recorded it, I just hated it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of it. I didn't have the energy and had no business recording a video that day. The second time I did it, I loved the energy of the video, but the sound was bad. Sound was bad. So third time's a charm, and without further ado, let's get into these questions. Before I get started, let me say thank you to Miss Emily Norris, who put this tag out there. And I might be a little bit late to the party because there are a ton of videos like this out there already, but I just wanted to add my little version. And like I said, I wanted to sort of lighten things up before I get into some more emotional content. Okay, so thank you, Miss Emily Norris, for putting the tag out there. And let's go with these questions. The first question is, what is your favorite mom hack? And my favorite mom hack is absolutely spending some time in the toy section before I go out and purchase big ticket items. What I do is I take Nevaeh to the toy section in a Walmart, in a Target, and I just sort of let her browse around and I just watch what she gravitates to. I did this with her birthday presents, and I kid you not, she plays with those toys on a daily basis. On a daily basis, they are her favorite things to play with. And that is because during the visit to the toy section, she repeatedly went for these toys. So take your toddler to the toy section, watch what they gravitate to. If there's a type of toy or a actual toy that they gravitate to, then I would say go ahead and invest in those toys. It'll save you a couple of dollars in underused toys that you will end up donating later because your kid doesn't touch them. Without fail, the things that I have bought for her after this little experiment are the things that she actually touches on a regular basis. Take your kid to the toddler section and see what they gravitate to, and then decide whether or not to invest in the toy. What is your most embarrassing mom moment? Hands down, this is Nevaeh terrorizing the restaurant. And oh goodness, I still feel a little bit of shame when I tell this story, but Nevaeh, she terrorized this restaurant. I swear, she was in a seat, she was in a high chair, and she started crying, and I guess she got bored. She started crying and screaming to get out of this chair. And so we finally thought maybe it's better, to get her to stop crying, to let her out of the chair. No. Nevaeh started climbing back and forth over the tables, and she got free and she took off in one direction. I went to get her. She took off in another direction. She was running up to people's tables. She almost made it behind the bar at one point. She tried to go where the servers go to get drinks. She tried to go in the kitchen. I know you are probably wondering how she got free to do all of that. I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. She was just She was a hot mess that day. It was so embarrassing. So eventually we gave up. We weren't done eating, but we asked for the check and we asked for our food to go. And at one point it was taking too long to get the food to go. We left the food there. We paid the check and we just had to book it out of this restaurant. And the process to get our check, I swear, I felt like it took hours. I'm sure it was just a matter of minutes. I felt like it took hours. I could not get my child out of this restaurant fast enough because she was just in rare form this day. It was not fun. It was highly embarrassing. And I think twice before I take Nevaeh to a restaurant now. And I was going to say, oh, well, her mom works in a restaurant. When I take her to work with me, she has access to all these areas. But no, that's just me trying to justify her unruly behavior. She was just a hot mess that day, and it was embarrassing. So I do think twice before I take Nevaeh to a restaurant, but I definitely go to a restaurant armed with plenty of things for her to do and things to keep her occupied and busy while we are having a meal in a restaurant. There you go. So that was something else. Okay, so the next question is, do you co-sleep? And the short answer to this question is yes. I do co-sleep. I did attempt to start Nevaeh out sleeping in her crib, but we share a room right now. So it's a little bit difficult to not co-sleep with her because she does know how to get in and out of her crib. So she starts out in her crib, but during the night she climbs out and she gets in the bed with me. And to be quite honest, there is plenty of time for her to not co-sleep with me. And there will come a time soon enough when she does not want to sleep with mommy anymore. And I just enjoy the cuddles while I can. So we'll be moving in a little bit here soon, and she'll have her own room. And I know that transition is going to be a little bit strained and it's going to be a little bit difficult. But right now I co-sleep with Nevaeh and I love it. Most of the time I love it. So what is the worst thing someone said to you while you were pregnant? Now, if you don't already know this story, if you're new here and you haven't heard it all, I was at 28 weeks, I found out that Nevaeh was growth restricted. Trying to talk too fast. At 28 weeks, I found out she was growth restricted. So she was smaller than normal. She was in like the 5th percentile. So she'd fallen below the 10th percentile. And it was a scary time. It was unsettling. And I was sad because there wasn't really a whole lot I could do about it. There wasn't anything I could do dietary wise, or there was nothing I could do other than hope that she would have a little bit of a growth spurt and they wouldn't have to take her early. But during the time that I found out, really like days after I found out that she was growth restricted, one of my coworkers said, "Oh, your stomach's not that big." And I know it doesn't sound bad, but it was the timing of the comment. The timing was bad because I had just found out that she was growth restricted. So I didn't take it well. I had to walk away, go have a cry and pull myself together and come back to work. But I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it. She really didn't, because, you know, she just didn't know. I didn't share that with anyone at work. The only person or the only people who knew was family. So she had no idea. It just was bad timing. But it was the worst thing. Is, what part of the day do you love the most? Definitely bedtime. That's definitely bedtime for me. I love that I don't have to share her with anyone. It's just me and Nevaeh. And I love singing with her at night and reading books with her at night. And the cuddles and the kisses and the laughter and the sweetness that happens at bedtime when she's winding down. I love that part of the day. It's my favorite time of the day. And on the heels of that, what is your least favorite part of the day? Absolutely leaving her to go to work. Whether I have to leave her at home or with a babysitter, it's leaving her, period, to go to work. So that's the part of the day that I do not like at all. Not even the least. I just don't like it. And I do feel a little bit of sadness and separation anxiety when it happens. So yeah. What is a baby name that you didn't agree on? Well, I didn't really have to consult too many people about Nevaeh's name, but my niece was very involved in Nevaeh having her name. If you haven't heard that story, she is the one who chose the name Nevaeh, and it was confirmed by Nevaeh being number 45 on the list of 100 names for girls, which confirmed that her name absolutely needed to be Nevaeh. But before that, I was considering Carson, and I really wanted to name her Carson because I grew up in Carson, California, and I thought that was, you know, a cute little story to tell. But Nevaeh being number 45 on the 100 list of girl names for babies really confirmed it. It sealed it. But my niece, she really didn't agree with Carson. She said she wouldn't call her Carson if I named her that. That she was still going to call her Nevaeh. She didn't agree. So Carson is a name that we didn't agree on. We were also considering Bailey for a little bit, but then I came up with the name Carson. And but my niece, she didn't agree with Carson or Bailey. She didn't agree with either one of those names. But I still love both of those names. And if for some reason, if by some miracle I had another baby, I would definitely use the name Carson. Something you bought but never used. The biggest thing, I bought a lot of things when I was pregnant that I didn't get to use. But the biggest thing I bought and never used was the Rock and Play. Nevaeh was small, and we put her in the Rock and Play, and it just swallowed her up, and she absolutely hated it. She cried from the moment we laid her down in it until we picked her up and took her out of it. She absolutely hated the Rock and Play, so we did not use it. I finally had to donate it. So yeah, the Rock and Play was a fail for us. The next question is, what are 3 hospital bag must-haves? You definitely need an extension cord for all of the chargers and devices that you're going to bring. You don't really know where the plugs are going to be in your room. And so for the time that you're there, you definitely need to be able to plug things in. And an extension cord was helpful for me. The other thing that was helpful, the other 2 things are, you need something comfortable to wear, and you need your toiletries for after. So you can at least get back to some semblance of yourself after birth. I was in the hospital for 3 days, so those 3 things definitely were very handy for me to have because I had a C-section. So definitely once I was cleared to take a shower and fix myself back up and put on something comfortable, and I was able to charge everything I needed to charge because I had enough extension cord to plug in everything. So it was definitely handy to have those 3 things. So those are 3 things you need to take. Are you a routine mom or a go with the flow mom? And what does bedtime look like? So I want to say that I fall somewhere in the middle of it. I know that sounds like I'm sort of on the fence, but I definitely value a good routine. So if you watch my latest video, it definitely says that you need a good routine. And I definitely have Nevaeh on a good routine, but I don't always win at it. So that's why I say I'm sort of on the fence or in the middle of it. I definitely have a routine for Nevaeh, but I don't always make the timetables. So, but I don't, beat myself up about that. So, it is what it is. Life happens. You don't always make it. You don't always meet the timetables, but definitely having a good routine in place is valuable for you, and it's valuable for consistency for the little one. What does bedtime look like? Bedtime for Nevaeh is we sort of head upstairs between 7 and 7:30, and that is after dinner. We head upstairs, we have a bath, she has a bath, we read a book, we sing some songs, and we sort of just lay down and cuddle until she falls asleep. Y'all know that's my favorite time of the day, so that's what bedtime looks like, though. It's a rough little quick review of what bedtime looks like for us. What type of labor did you have, and what pain relief did you choose? So I didn't have labor. I was induced at 39 weeks. I was induced. I had teeny tiny little cramps hours after they started to give me after they gave me the Pitocin, but I never Labor never started with me. Nevaeh didn't drop. I never dilated. So there was no labor for me. In the end, I ended up having a C-section. I don't think it was an emergency C-section. My doctor just decided to go that route because we definitely knew she was going to be born on that day. So, yeah, I didn't have labor. The pain relief, I guess, was me being numbed for the C-section. And that was the worst part of it because he had to stick me, I think, 3 times in order to get the right spot. And it was uncomfortable. Oh, it was so uncomfortable. I did not like that part of it. But the rest of it, I mean, yeah, no labor, so I didn't have to choose pain relief. Have you ever been mom shamed? And not to my face. Maybe behind my back. Of course, there have been rude comments or disrespectful comments here on YouTube, which is par for the course. I really don't engage with that. I just delete and move on, and I don't respond. But, you know, it rolls off the back. You know, you expect it, but not to my face. So that's the short answer to that question. What is the biggest challenge since becoming a mom? Hands down, that is childcare. Finding good childcare. I've got it figured out at this point, but finding and keeping it was a challenge for me. It was a challenge. So I do have a couple of videos that have something to do with childcare. That's the nanny video, how to hire a nanny, and how to choose a preschool / daycare. So you guys can check those out if you're in that place in your mommyhood journey and you're looking for good childcare. Check out those 2 videos. Shameless plug. But I want y'all to stay, hang out. What is the best advice I've been given? The best advice I was given was that it is okay to switch to formula. If you don't already know this, I did have trouble breastfeeding Nevaeh, and it really messed with me. It messed with my emotions, and it could have went to a really dark place because I was really feeling some kind of way about not being able to breastfeed. But so the best advice I got was that it was okay to switch to formula. And that's it. That's the best advice I got. So, yeah. I'm trying not to make this a terribly emotional video. So I'll link a video down below that tells you more about my breastfeeding challenges. But the best advice I got was that it was okay to switch. What is the best advice I'd give to new moms? And that is definitely to make sure that you put yourself on your list of priorities. You absolutely have to take care of you. You absolutely have to do that. New mommyhood can be consuming. It can take up all of your time and your energy and your everything. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And the last question. We made it. We made it all the way through. Hopefully the sound is good with this video. We made it all the way through it. So the next question is a 2-parter. Who's your mom crush and who do you tag? I don't really have a mom crush. Like, I watch a few moms. I definitely watch Emily Norris. I love her mom hack videos and I love her vlogs, but I'm really a vlogger. So I don't watch a whole lot of mom related channels. I like to watch the family vloggers. So I'll link a couple of the channels that I like to watch down below, but there is a mom that I do watch and she is who I'm going to tag, and that is Tina from the Qween Vlogs. Tina does vlog style videos, but she covers the gamut. She covers mommyhood. She is a mom of 4. She has 2 teenagers and 2 little baby girls. One of them is Nevaeh's age, and then she has another younger one. Her videos run the gamut, but I love that they're short and sweet, and she covers all the mommyhood related topics. She also covers college life and student life. You guys, her channel is so great and I love her personality. So check out the Qween Vlogs. And Tina, if you're watching this video, I'm tagging you to do this because I cannot wait to see how you answer these questions in your own unique style. So with that said, that's it, you guys. Those are all the questions. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. If you're new here, check out the other videos on the channel. Become part of the family. We would love to have you. Chat with me in the comments. You guys know I love talking to you guys in the comments. And catch up with me during the week on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.